Before we dive in, I first want to thank our host, Salisbury University. Dr. Laprie could not be with us today, but Eli and the full team from SU, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate everything that their leadership team, facilities, technology, and logistics do. And of course, please help us thank Kelly and the dining team and students for helping today. Woohoo! We appreciate all of you and the delicious breakfast and generous hospitality you always deliver. Every year, you all show how united is the way to partner for a great event. See what I did there? Seriously, we thank you very much. I'd also like to welcome any elected officials, and please ask anyone who is with us this morning to please stand. Yay, thank you, Mayor. It's only, stay tuned, she'll stand again later. If you were with us in the last few years, we also, you may recall, we asked you to kind of work for your breakfast and get interactive. And while we love that, this year you're off the hook from polls and our other shenanigans. We want you to relax while we actually ask some of our partners and volunteers to work for their breakfast instead. So you'll hear more about this in a bit. But first, a few quick housekeeping items. Please continue to help yourself to the breakfast bar in the back. Enjoy this delicious breakfast throughout the program at your wishes. Please also take a sec to silence your phones, but please keep snapping some photos and help spread the word by tagging us and sharing our hashtags, which you can see up there, hashtag UWLES and United is the Way. And if you have any good pics or videos with our new fancy step and repeat with our new branding on it, please share those too. Restrooms are located out the door. Just take a right out of the hall, right on this hallway, this next right, and then the restrooms are up on the left. And also these entrance buildings to this, the doors to the entrance here require an SU key card to get in, the Gall card. And so from now on, they'll be locked the rest of the morning. So if you need to step out and return, just grab one of our staff from over at registration and they can make sure they let you back in. And speaking of staff, they truly live United is the Way and put the act in impact. You can see them on screen from our recent leadership celebration, which they also rocked, and they take all the credit for all the things here today. And I know I say it often, but it is very, very true. I am so grateful to work with such passionate, supportive people. A special welcome as well to SU senior, Paige Tozo. Did I get that close? Okay, you're right. So she's in, I think, her second and a half-ish week, still trying to be able to get her last name correctly. But she just began her term with Shore Corps with us this year, and so she'll be serving with us until next summer, and she's already hitting the ground running. I really appreciate this incredible team. If they all could raise their hands, they're kind of scattered around the room. Please help me thank them for everything they do. So going well beyond a traditional campaign, several companies step up in big ways with significant year-round financial and volunteer resources to help maximize our impact. Thank you to our campaign champion, Avery Hall, our leadership circle sponsor, First Shore Federal, and our volunteer center partner and impact champion, Purdue Farms. Your friendship, leadership, and generosity truly demonstrate how united is the way to do more good together. We usually have SU students perform, as many of you know, but it's still a little early in the semester for that to happen this year. But recently, I had the pleasure of hearing our guests perform at the joint Salisbury and Dorchester Chamber Mixer over at Layton's Chance last month. And her voice and the songs that she shared really spoke to me, so I asked her to join us today. Please help me welcome local singer-songwriter Jayla Elise, who will perform two of her original songs, The Heart of Maryland and America's Calling, which she wrote for our nation's 250th birthday, and can share a little more about that. Following her performance, we'll welcome Salisbury University Chief of Staff Eli Muglin for the welcome from the university. Thank you so much. Jayla?
Good morning, everyone. So thank you for the introduction, Ms. Gregory. My name is Jayla Leese. I'm a singer and songwriter. I've been living on the Eastern Shore for about a year now. And it feels really, really good to stand in front of all of these wonderful educational leaders that we have right here in the Eastern Shore. One of the biggest things I got to learn is how important our education is and how important our history is, which I was able to kind of have a path in that this year, as I wrote a song called Dorchester Dreams, which has become the official county anthem for Dorchester County. And we even got to turn it into a children's book, because seeing what our community needs out here is literacy was very important. But it was from Dorchester Dreams where the Heart of Maryland was born. The song originally started as the Heart of Maryland for Maryland 250. As Ms. Gregory mentioned earlier, America turns 250 next year, and Maryland is one of the states that are celebrating it. But now this song is being pushed to become our official Maryland state song. So this is the Heart of Maryland.
Together we stand in the heart of this land. Through steel and stone, we call this place home. Through the canyon roar, the battle cries, Maryland waved against the sky. From the harbor side to the mountain streams, we built a home to chase our dreams. We are Maryland, born and free, born of fire, shaped by every single trial, every storm. We stand tall and we are strong. Watch the bridges rise and carve the hands of time. Places on the shore leaves you wanting more. Together we stand in the heart of this land. Through steel and stone, we call this place home, where the history lives and the families thrive. Maryland's spirit stays alive. We've weathered time, we've stood as one, creating hope with every sun. With unity we find our song, right here where we all belong. You'll free your soul, you'll free your mind. Here in Maryland, leave no one behind. Thank you.
Now, this next song is very, very special. I got a wonderful chance to work on it with my team. We stayed up all night in the studio, probably about 6-7 hours, found out about it in one day, and we made it happen. Maryland 250, from the Maryland 250, America's 250 reached out. They loved the song, and they requested to have one for the nation. And like we've heard it before time and time again, Maryland's history is America's history. So this is America's Calling.
This is the hope of tomorrow, where our children will stand. Started from ashes, turned the dust to land. Through the valleys of struggle, mountains of pain, people united in the strength remains. With the new life we bring, together we sing, America, America. The stars within the skies, you'll take on every cry. America, America. We have to take our time to make our country thrive. America, the flag that still waves, the home of the brave. To the people who were armed, to the soldiers who still fight, we salute to your honor. I pray for you at night. To the people of the sun that calls this place home. Together we are one, and we'll never be alone. Red, white, blue is calling you. We sing it through. We hold these truths to America, to the anthem that we sing. We will let the freedom ring. America, America. We thank the ones before, because we're forevermore. Red, white, blue is calling you. We sing it through. We hold these truths. Red, white, blue is calling you. We sing it through. We hold these truths.
Thank you, everyone.
I was planning to sing, but don't want to be upstage, so. As Pam mentioned, I'm Eli. I'm here representing SU. President LaPree really looks forward to this event every year, but he's a little under the weather, so I'm pitch hitting. We're proud to host this event every year because of what it means, and because at SU, we truly believe in the United Way's mission to support those with the greatest needs. We appreciate everything that everyone in this room is doing and has done to support our community. So just want to thank Pam, the United Way staff, the board, all of you, all of your organizations for continuing to do what you can to help those in our community and make this a great place to live. So thank you.
Good morning. Thank you and hello. Wow, that music. On behalf of the United Way directors, I would like to thank the university and all of you for joining us as we launch our 81st year of local impact. As I begin my term as board chair this month, I think back on my own journey with United Way. Over 20 years of volunteering, serving on committees, supporting events, and workplace giving. Each experience has shown me just how much we can accomplish together. I'm continually amazed at what we achieve with thousands of generous donors, a small but very mighty staff, a stretched budget, and dedicated volunteers. Together, we've grown from simply funding nonprofits to being a leader in our sector, building true partnerships, delivering direct programs and services, and uniting people and organizations to create lasting change. That's why we say united is the way we get things done. Now I'd like to recognize some of the people who make this possible. Our advisory committee, or council, strengthens our mission through committees, events, and insights into community needs. Their names are on screen. Would you please stand so we can thank you? We are very grateful for your commitment, and if anyone here is interested in getting involved, please contact or connect with Pam or me or anyone at the United Way. We would love to have you. Next, I ask our 2025-2026 Board of Directors to please stand to be recognized. I also want to give a warm welcome to our newest members whose term begin this month. Dr. Deb Casey from Warwick Community College. Dr. Wen Chow from Tidal Health. Jessica Dorsey from M&T Bank. Jennifer Polson from Hebron Savings Bank, and our new treasurer, Sarah Ward from First Shore Federal. And finally, a very special thank you to Sonia Whited, our immediate past chair. You need to stand. For her outstanding leadership over this past 2 years. Sonia, I'm very grateful for your guidance as I try to step into this role. To all of our board members, thank you for your service and your belief in this work. I'm looking forward to a very strong year ahead together. One of my jobs as vice chair was sharing reflections to start off our board meetings. Pam asked me to share this one, and we hope it will resonate with each of you today. This blessing by Kate Bowler has a special impact for us too, as Kate was inspired to write this from her conversation with United Way Worldwide President and CEO Angela Williams on the Everything Happens podcast, which I highly recommend if you listen to podcasts. We all serve others directly and indirectly, personally and professionally, and this is a blessing for those who serve others by Kate Bowler. So bless you all in these beautiful, terrible contradictions. You who serve others, knowing it comes at a steep cost. That time you'll never get back. Those people who won't ever be as grateful as you hope, the paycheck or PTO or benefits that will never add up to enough. May you be reminded that maybe you were called for such a time as this, to pour out your great, great gifts for the sake of the other, to work towards this beautiful, terrible independence, even if community is much easier in theory than in practice. And on the days where you feel like your work is just a drop in the ocean, or you want to throw in the towel because you are far beyond burnout, may joy and delight be yours, my dears, and may it fuel the hard, beautiful work you do. And hey, if you're just beginning a move towards service, may you have the eyes to see the needs in front of you, the places where your gifts and passions and resources meet your community's deep needs. Or if you're just starting to ask for help yourself, bless you. May your courage be met with kindness. You are all my favorite kinds of people, and I love you. Bless you. Thank you again for joining us today to kick off our new campaign year. As our founders knew, including Mr. Avery Hall himself, individually we can do good, but together we can do great things. I'll turn it over to Pam now to share how United is the way to do just that.
Community is the way we find our strength and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first chapter book is the first step on his path to greatness. It's the way we rally in hard times and rise back up stronger than ever. United is the way we come together so everyone can thrive. Join us at unitedway.org.
Thank you, Mary, for sharing that thoughtful reflection. And my personal thanks as well to you, Sonia, and our entire board and advisory for your leadership and service. And I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole with Sonia because then I'll cry and then it'll be a thing. Seriously, thank you. And yes, United is the way. It's how we spark big dreams with a child's first book. We nurture social and academic success. We help seniors and neighbors with disabilities live independently. We bring compassion and care to those in crisis. We lift up Alice households for stability. We provide access to resources for a healthy life. We bridge funding gaps. And United is the way we build a resilient community together. And thanks to you, together we're doing it, one day at a time. For example, Imagination Library. Because of our generous supporters, many you see on screen, and our everyday donors, over 7,100 children get free books in the mail every month through our Imagination Library program. Like, yes! And with our Smart Start partnership with our friends at Title Health, more than 3,000 newborns have already gone home with their very first book and are enrolled in the program automatically. Thank you all for making that happen with your mother-baby team. Parents tell us through surveys that it makes a world of difference in their child's development, and the data also proves kids are more ready for school. You're the reason this is happening. Thank you for making it a thing. And thanks to Title Health again, because we're really excited to bring the region's first Born Learning Trail to a local park. This interactive experience will not only be filled with fun activities for kids while they learn early skills, but will also inspire family engagement and will be offered in 3 languages to start us off. We're looking forward to working alongside the Title Health team to install and bring this really fun dream to life. It's something we've wanted for a very long time. So stay tuned, and we look forward to sharing more with you about that. And we plan for it to be the first of many. No pressure. Dozens of volunteers and company teams join emerging leaders as holiday heroes, bringing joy to families who might otherwise go without. For Alice families, the holidays can be stressful and isolating. But last year, our elves delivered meals, gifts, and hope to more than 100 children, with help from partners like Title Health, Purdue, and our school systems. If you want to join in the fun this year, let Ryan know and help us meet the growing need. Because every year there's definitely more requests, and I will be quite frank that it's very, very difficult to say no, but Steve, our finance manager, kind of gets on me about that. So, yeah. And what's really cool is that we actually have some folks who choose to adopt a family like as a team building thing, or individually a couple people or something like that. So we certainly do fundraising to provide the resources for the gifting, but it's a really cool way to do a fun holiday team building for any size group. All right, and watch out, things are getting spooky on campus. Our Student United Way's annual Zombie 5K rises again in late October, perfect for kids and families to walk or run if they dare. Beyond the fun, Student United Way volunteers on and off campus, building ramps, helping at soup kitchens, and learning about community needs and ways to make a difference from many of our community partners. I am so grateful also for our partnership with PACE here at SU and our friends at the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore in co-presenting the annual Nonprofit Summit. Together, we make high-quality professional development accessible and affordable, something that's traditionally out of reach for most nonprofits. We're also convening sector conversations to help navigate changing government funding as we speak. Big thanks to our partners for their leadership and teamwork. It's making a real difference, and it's really fun to do this with y'all. Thanks also to the Campbell Foundation and Purdue Foundation. Because last year we awarded over $45,000 in mini grants to help our partners meet important needs, and we're working to fill even more gaps this coming year. These examples show how coming together does make a difference, but we are at a tipping point. Budget challenges and a growing ALICE population means nonprofits must do more with less, and the impact is already local. ALICE families often already fall through the cracks. So take a moment to read the stories in your folder and check out the silhouettes around the room. Here's a quick video showing the impossible choices that they face.
Imagine you jump in your car one morning and it won't start. You live an hour away from your job and there's no public transportation. You don't have enough savings for a repair and you've got no good options. Panic sets in. This is an example of the impossible choices that millions of low-income workers across the United States face every day. Too many workers, whom we all rely on, are one emergency from financial ruin. These workers are ALICE, asset limited, income constrained, employed, earning more than what's considered poverty wages, but less than what's needed to afford the basics. They're our childcare workers, home health aides, delivery drivers, and cashiers. And when these essential workers are this vulnerable to one emergency, it's a crisis for all of us.
With an average of 47% across the lower shore, that's over 37,000 households making impossible choices each month. It's an overwhelming task to have enough resources to truly move the needle so more neighbors can thrive instead of barely surviving. As we continue to elevate awareness and remove the stigma for Alice, it's critical we support our nonprofits in creative ways so they can be better prepared to meet the growing needs. United is the way to do that. So now I'm going to turn it over to Martin and Ryan to take it from here and explore partnering with a purpose. After that, Amanda is going to wrap it up with our final thoughts and more on how United is the way for you to join us too. Thanks again for being here. Please enjoy the rest of our program, and please know you can reach out to me or anyone on our team if you'd like to get more involved, ever have questions, or just want a chai, because I'm not a coffee girl.
Thanks, Pam. I'm excited to facilitate this time of sharing about our partners and volunteers. In my role as Community Impact Manager at United Way, I am blessed and honored to work with our partners on a regular basis. They are my people. They are doing incredibly good and impactful work in our lower shore counties, and we're grateful for them. I'm glad that we can highlight just a few of them today, and it was hard to choose which ones to do so. We're going to jump right in with one of our partner leaders who wears many hats. Although, unlike me, I wear many hats and I don't have any hair, she still has hers. As founder of It Takes a Village to Help Our Children in Crisfield and mayor of Crisfield, Darlene Taylor works tirelessly to open doors of opportunity for her neighbors. With Somerset County being the most economically challenged in the state, remember nearly 60% of Somerset households are Alice. She has her work cut out for her. Darlene, we'd like you to tell us briefly about what It Takes a Village does in our community and how the new options to apply for general operating support and multi-year funding have helped your agency and your ability to help Alice families in Somerset County. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Probably don't need this mic, and thank you so much for the opportunity just to be here today. As Martin mentioned, I am playing many roles, and today I'm here in my role as the executive director for It Takes a Village to Help Our Children, something that was started about 19 years ago when I returned back to the Eastern Shore. But today I do want to acknowledge Ms. Cameron Purvis, who is our new director for our Shoreway to College program. We're excited to have her. It turns out she knows more people in the room than I do. We definitely made a great choice there. So I'm just honored to be here today. It's been a tough week for us in Crisfield. There's no question about that. But in my role as executive director, we have been blessed. So It Takes a Village to Help Our Children has been working in the Crisfield community, as I mentioned, for about 19 years now. We serve the youth there from ages kindergarten all the way through high school. We have 3 pillars, basically after-school programs, we do summer programs, and we also do college access programs. And we serve about 40 to 60 kids a day in our after-school program. We serve more than 200 in our college access program. Our after-school program is basically tutoring, homework help. We do character development, STEAM-type enrichment activities. We do recreation, field trips, and a meal for them every day. So it's a phenomenal program that has been going on for some time. In our college access program, we're fortunate. It's called a Next Generation Scholars Program. And actually, the program is also Shoreway to College. And what we do there is we serve 7th to 12th graders. But what's amazing about that program is there's an opportunity. We are one of 13 nonprofits in the state of Maryland who have this grant. And what it can do is we can pre-qualify our students from 7th to 12th grade to be able to get what's called the Guaranteed Access Grant. That will give them up to $18,000 a year for all 4 years that they attend the school in Maryland. So it's an amazing, amazing benefit. And so we are blessed to be able to work with the youth. We've been doing it for some time, but it is a major challenge. And so partnerships is what sustains us. And as I look around this room, I was able to see we have a lot of partners here. Somerset County Public Schools has been an amazing partner. Community Foundation, I saw Erica in the back, and Purdue Foundation actually helped us to purchase a small activity bus, which we had to have. So I just look around the room and I see so many who have been instrumental in keeping us, because that's what sustained us. And the United Way partnership has been key to us supporting our families. Not just the funding that they provide, but because of the way that they have vetted over the years, it gives us credibility. We're a small nonprofit, and so other agencies who are funding us, it's good for them to see that we have been through that process. So it's been huge for us. But as I mentioned, even though we have a lot of partnerships, we don't have a lot of overhead. Only 3 full-time employees doing this. And so it has been a major, major challenge. And what the United Way changing their process has done is it's freed us up to be able to do other things. So the operational funding, when you're working with grants, they rarely give you operational funding. So the fact that the United Way is now doing that gives us a lot of flexibility that we never had before. So we're so grateful. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was a fantastic idea to be able to do that. And the part that I didn't mention is for the past 7 years, we've been working to build a new facility for our youth. And so we're close, but we're not quite there. And so just knowing that we have funding streams coming in with this new multi-year funding, it also frees us up to be able to do other things and to know that we can get the funding that we need. So you guys have been fantastic, and we're just so grateful for the support that you have provided us over the years as we continue to try to work with our kids. Thank you.
Darlene, thank you so much for sharing with us today and reminding us that it truly does take a village. We're going to shift over to Dorchester County now, and I invite Abby Lewis from Midshore Mediation to stand, and we'll get her the mic. With Dorchester having 49% of households as Alice, also in the top of the state, programs like theirs can be game changers in keeping pathways to success open for everyone.
Okay, it's me now. Hi.
Briefly tell us what Midshore Mediation does to the Dorchester schools, and as a longtime United Way partner agency, what means the most to you regarding our partnership?
So my name is Abby Lewis. I work with Midshore Community Mediation Center. Our main office is based in Easton. I personally live in Worcester County, so the commitment is strong with that organization for me. We serve Caroline, Dorchester, and Talbot counties. Dorchester County, don't tell anyone, has a special place in our heart because we have been serving their public school systems for 15 years. So we are going into our 15th year partnership with the Dorchester County Public Schools. We offer no-cost mediation services to everybody in all of our counties. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to just stand here and have the opportunity to say, mediation is offered at no cost to anyone in those counties. Mediation is a voluntary process where people are able to sit down and have real conversation about conflicts that's going on in their lives. That goes everywhere from custody plans, car accidents, neighbors' chickens, free range versus not, big deal in certain counties. So we do all of that, right? Something that we do though for Dorchester for the past 15 years is hopefully shift their view on relationships. We build relationships with intention. That's what we do. It's probably why we get along with United Way so well, because that's really their base of what they do. We offer mediation services directly to students in their buildings. So we have offices in their middles and high schools where we are actually in there during the school day, and we get sent students that, hey, we don't know what's going on, something's happening, handle that. And we do. The students now that we've been there for 15 years know who we are. They call us the Peace Team, which against our will or not, that's our name. So we're sticking with it. We have been there for 15 years now, and because of that, we have students that we see in the court system that say, hey, I know them, that's mediation, I want to do that. I'm having issues with my landlord, I need to talk to mediation. This co-parenting thing, not happening well for me, I need to talk about that. So yes, we serve the students, but those students are community members. It's something that people tend to think, focus on the adults, but they grow to be the people who lead the community, and we are so grateful to be able to serve those future leaders in a way that teaches them that there's a different way to handle that situation. Maybe you saw it happen different in your household, but we're here to just show you that there's another option for you. And they take it, which is awesome. So United Way is one of those organizations that we almost feel like is part of our organization. We call them for anything and everything, a space for a meeting hey, we're having trouble filling this out because we do school year term, right? September to the end of the year. And a lot of times people want us to report calendar year. And they were like, yeah, that doesn't make sense for you guys. Let's figure that out. They have been there for random questions to support us. They have been there for, hey, we don't have anywhere to host a meeting because we're all scattered throughout the district. Can someone help us out? Yeah, have our conference room. Yeah, take my office. They are there to provide emotional support, obviously other supports, and we could not be more grateful or happy to be in this room with all of these people, but also to be able to be a part of this community. They truly build relationships with intention, and they did it before it was cool or before it was dubbed restorative. So we're very grateful to be here, and we're very grateful to work with them, and I know Dorchester County definitely is.
Thanks, Abby, and thanks for the important work that you all do in our Dorchester County schools and also Caroline County and other counties outside of our footprint. We appreciate you and that work. Up next, we have someone who's in all the way with United Way as an edger. She went over the edge before she became a new partner agency. Kathy Hanna and the team at Sante Group are leveraging opportunities to grow their local impact. So Kathy, tell us briefly about Sante Group and what it does in our community and across the shore. You guys are involved in all 8 counties on the shore. And as a large organization and brand new partner with United Way, what interested you in applying for United Way funds?
Thank you, Martin. Good morning. So briefly, Sante, my name is Kathy Hanna. I'm Education and Outreach Coordinator for Sante Group, and we are throughout the Eastern Shore, but we're focused right here with our friends at the United Way and all our partners in here on the Lower Eastern Shore. So Sante is basically comprised of your behavioral help first responders. So we respond in the communities. We have many different programs, all different ages. School programs, we deal with young children, adults, elders, and a lot of people know us as Eastern Shore Mobile Crisis, which is one of our programs. So within all our programs, we go to the consumer, we go to the client, and the client defines the crisis. It could be, I'm elderly, I'm confused, and I can't navigate all the different things they're throwing at me. Can you help me? And it could be something like suicidal ideation. It could be post-suicide for families. It could be substance abuse disorder. I don't know what to do, I can't stop drinking. So we cover the whole gamut. We have so many programs. I'm keeping it brief, Martin.
You're doing fine.
But just to mention a few, we have a safe station, and we have people who go out and they deal basically with substance abuse, and they're professionals. Our model is a clinician peer model, and the peers have lived experience in all our programs. And a lot of times, the clients can relate better to somebody who's been there, done that, and who can talk the talk and get it, So it's an awesome program, or an awesome setup, the way that we do it. We have call centers. So the call centers cover the whole Eastern Shore, and we have offices or dispatch stations everywhere. We have 3 in your counties, and our people are dispatched by the call centers. The People on the calls are also counselors, and sometimes people just need some information and some direction or an appointment. But very often we dispatch, whether it be a school, social services, there are different programs for each of these. And we go out, and the team I spoke of, the clinician peer team, they help to de-escalate and find community resources. We try to keep people out of jails if it's not a crime. The police call us. The sheriffs call us. Our emergency people don't have the skills we have, they have other skills. And speaking of that, we do provide CIT programs, and we educate law enforcement in the areas that we cover in crisis management. I'm sorry?
That was a phone Siri saying, sorry, I don't understand.
Oh my gosh. At least it wasn't mine. So anyway, again, trying to keep it brief. That is the gist of what we do. Repeat the second question. No, you don't have to, Martin. I'm messing with you. So what interested us in the United Way? Well, when I first came in contact, I'm familiar with United Way overall, but when I first came in contact with United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore, they were hosting a chamber event in their office. And I was impressed with the presentations. I was thrilled that they came up to me, introduced me to people, and they really listened. I told them what I wanted. I said, I want to meet people. I want to get the word out about this awesome organization and all our programs. Right off the bat, they're walking me around, and it was great. And also, partner organizations and just telling people who we are and what we do. And that's kind of bottom line. I do a lot of things, but that's kind of the gist of what I do, with a lot of support and a lot of help. So when we were at this event, it was mentioned to me about going over the edge for Alice, and we learned a lot about the Alice program. And I truly believe in the Alice program. I get it. I've been there. I wish I had Alice, the resources of Alice, when I was in that position. The United Way believes in Alice. They believe in their mission, they believe in their programs, and they believe in their partners. I didn't even need to be a member, or we didn't even need to be a partner with them for them to support us and help us get into the community like we're trying to do. And just let people know, we don't want you to have a crisis, but we're here if you do have one. If you need us, we're here. So what inspired me to go over the edge? Did you ask me that question?
I did.
Okay. Oh, the things I'll do for a partnership. No, really, I believe in Alice, like I just mentioned, and that was the kickstart for it. And these people from the United Way, they're hardworking, they're dedicated. They bring their true, authentic selves into the picture. And they very easily convinced me. And I kind of like a challenge, and I have a history in events. I've been an event coordinator a lot in the past, and I was kind of fascinated with the event itself. A little out of the box, especially for this area. And I really wanted to be a part of it for many reasons. So thank you, United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. United is the way.
Thank you, Kathy. And for those of you who are new with us, you might be not understanding what over the edge means. There's this tall building downtown Salisbury. It's the only one down there that's that tall. It's 14 stories. And crazy people like Kathy and Pam and Amanda and Sonia and others here went over the edge. They actually were lowered down from the top to the bottom to raise money. They lowered themselves. I wanted to push one, but...
It was me.
You didn't hear the pastor say that. Anyways, and we raised $96,000, and we're doing it again next year. So thank you. Thank you, Kathy, for the work that you and Sante Group do, and it's been fun learning to know you, and it's been fun reconnecting with my almost cousin, Tina, who is the director of this local group, who she and I share an aunt in Talbot County. It's my uncle and her aunt, and we've known each other a long time, haven't we, Tina?
Sorry, Tina.
We've got another. She doesn't feel the way you feel about me. We've got another of our five new partners. We took in 5 new partners this year joining us next. Deb Rossi, if you'll stand so that Leslie can find you. She is the executive director of Hope Incorporated, based here in Wicomico County, where Alice households rose 6 percentage points since last year's report. Now, with 44% of our neighbors struggling to make ends meet, making programs like Hope more critical than ever. Deb, tell us briefly about Hope and what it does in our community, and then as a small nonprofit, what excites you most about being a brand new United Way partner?
Good morning. Hope has been an agency in Wicomico County since 2007. On the street, it's known as Donna Clark's. She was our founder and an RN. And that's fine. I just tell the clients I'm the new Donna, and they're fine. We serve Wicomico, Worcester, and Somerset County as a requirement of the COC that we belong to, which means Continuum of Care. To tell you who we serve, I'm going to ask for you to participate. Raise your hand and keep it up if you pass or know of a street homeless individual regularly. Raise your hand if you know or love someone who has had to restart their life because of addiction. Raise your hand if you know or love someone who has had to restart their life due to incarceration. Raise your hand if you know anyone who has not been able to pay for their oral health care based on their income. Those are Hope clients. So we operate a day shelter for unsheltered individuals and those staying in shelters where they have to leave during the day. We serve as an access point for resources and assistance, meaning we don't try to provide everything to everyone, but we make sure that they know where to go. These people lack technology, all of the basics things, transportation, so we help them with their vital documents, all the basic things you need in order to even begin to get a job. We now have mobile shower services for the street homeless, and that requires an awful lot of underwear and socks. So from the basics up to the oral health care program, which with funding through the state of Maryland, we have a 3-year grant. We can provide dentures for individuals on Medicaid that can have all their teeth pulled but can't get new ones with their insurance. In case you didn't know, we have no Medicaid oral surgeon providers here on the Eastern Shore, so these individuals have to travel across the bridge if they are referred to an oral surgeon. We also don't have other specialty services like endodontists here on the Eastern Shore that take Medicaid. There are 2 dental providers in our area that do the Medicaid work, so you can only imagine how long the waiting list is, and those recovering from addiction that are suffering from oral health programs. We're trying to keep them out of the emergency room. I'm sure this new board member appreciates that, and Kat from Vital Health. So it would be impossible to tell you all of the programs Hope does, but if you think, if it's the dirty work, we're doing it. And if you have clothes to donate or your running shoes, if you've met your mileage, we'll take them. My love language at work is collaboration. I've only been the executive director for about a year, and we need a lot of partnerships. Hope has been kind of a sleeper agency, doing the dirty work and not asking for a lot of recognition, not really extending the partnerships as much as we needed. So that was our concentration this year, and United Way is just the most logical next step. I'm personally in it for Martin's support and pep talks, but We're really looking forward to the things that I can personally learn as a director of a small nonprofit and the collaborations with other United Way partners. It happened already with Martin suggesting several partners that might be good for our resource fair coming up in a couple weeks, and some of them said yes. So there's a lot of reasons. The paperwork was daunting. But
We worked
luckily-
on that. It was better than it has been.
Well, and Martin left off half of my application. And I think that was God intervening in our lives, because I told him if I'd seen the whole thing at one time, I'd have quit and just put it off for another year.
Thank you for completing that.
Yeah, I did. And so anyway, we are so excited to be here and to be a part of the United Way. It speaks directly to my love language and what we need to accomplish our work at Hope.
Thank you very much, Deb. It's amazing stuff you guys have going on there. We're going to hop on over to Worcester County now. And we have Kimberly Jones from Worcester County Developmental Center, whose team not only raises the bar each day for their clients, but raises the bar on their campaign this year, too. Kimberly, could you please tell us briefly about what WCDC does in our community? As employers, most nonprofit partners also have workplace campaigns, and you re-energized your campaign in a huge way this year, raising nearly $6,000. This is where everyone claps. I was there, and it was a ton of fun engaging their employees and supporting United Way. As a partner and employer, why is it important to you to participate? And what were some of the fun things you did to encourage staff to participate?
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. So hello, everyone. My name's Kim Jones. I'm the HR director at Worcester County Developmental Center. I'm actually standing in for my executive director, Miss Stephanie James. That is, she sends her love, but she's out sick today. So I got thrown into this on yesterday evening. So hopefully I can do justice to the questions. So Worcester County Developmental Center provides care to clients, individuals that live with developmental disabilities. So we have 15 residential houses throughout Worcester County. We provide community, day services, residential services, and employment services to the individuals we serve. We revived our campaign earlier this year. You have to help me.
Yes, it was.
Earlier this year, we went through a transition and switched. We got a new executive director the last 2 years, and we were excited to bring United Way back because I've heard a lot of great things, and the United Way provides a lot to us, and the funds that we receive help the clients go fishing, do different outings. They are out and about every day. I stay in the office more than they do. But they go to Shorebirds games, they go to movies, they go shopping, they go get their hair done, their nails done, and the support we receive from United Way helps with that. So we decided to revive our campaign because over the last maybe I've been there 3 years, and when I started, we only had 2 or 3 people that donated to United Way. And a lot of the staff, we have over 125, 130 staff, and a lot of them had no idea that we participated in United Way. A lot of them didn't even really understand what support we received. So the executive director gave me a theme. We did a carnival theme. And she says, okay, Kim, set up a table. We'll pass out some information and share it with the staff. And if they participate, we'll be excited. All I needed was one more person than the 3 or 4 that we originally had. And in the midst of it, I went crazy with the campaign, set up a whole room. We did popcorn, cotton candy. I did a whole treat table. We reserved about 3 hours out of the staff's day. Ryan came down and gave out information and helped us out, and we ended up with over 30 staff participating just because we took the time out to share the information, took the time out to explain to them how not only their hard work help support the clients, but United Ways. So they were excited about contributing. We have new staff that came on, and we actually talked to them about it during orientation, so we hope to get more staff participate as well. So on behalf of Worcester County Developmental Center, we just want to say thank you for your continued support. And as you support us, we'll continue to support you. And breakfast was amazing. So I've already told my executive director she missed out.
Thank you so much, Kim, for being here. And as Stephanie said last night, she knew you would do well, and I'll tell her that you did. That's no surprise to her. We appreciate you guys at Worcester County Developmental Center and all that you do for our neighbors in our community. So now let's get the mic over to Kelly McAma with Girls on the Run of Greater Chesapeake, who shares a special partnership with our Women United. Kelly, tell us briefly what Girls on the Run of the Greater Chesapeake does in our community, and how have Women United helped shape the growth of participating schools and girls across the Lower Shore, and why is this partnership important to you?
Thank you so much. And I feel like at this point in the program, I might have to get everybody up and do some jumping jacks and moving around.
Let's go.
All right. So Girls on the Run of the Greater Chesapeake provides a positive after-school youth development program for girls in 3rd through 8th grades. And the program's curriculum teaches social, emotional, and physical well-being at this critical age prior to adolescence. Our goal is to build confidence in young girls, is to give them a space that's positive and inclusive where they can learn life skills, like turning negative self-talk into positive self-talk. I don't know about you all, but every time I get dressed, I could use a little bit of that. Empathy and standing up for themselves and others. We talk a lot about voice and choice at Girls on the Run, so they are part of the curriculum. And they're also learning about community and what that means to them and how to be agents of change and deliver a community impact project. And all the while, they're doing physical activity. But ours is not a competitive climate. It's a mastery climate. It's what you yourself can accomplish, and that extends into so many other aspects of their lives. We help build school culture and climate, and it is our absolute honor to, in the most truest sense of the word, partner with the United Way. Pam and I were talking yesterday, and I just said, you know, we often say this word, but it's lived with this partnership. Some of the Women United members have been coaching since the first team here on the Lower Eastern Shore 7 years ago and are still coaching now. Their energy and enthusiasm and their hearts that they dedicate to these young girls is just unparalleled. We have grown from that small team here on the Lower Eastern Shore to serving hundreds more girls. Girls on the Run Greater Chesapeake serves 13 counties in Maryland and the whole entire Eastern Shore, and we're celebrating 20 years. But when we get letters from girls that have participated that say, because of Girls on the Run, I feel like I can be my true self. I feel more confident in myself. I feel like I'm not being judged. I formed friendships. I had fun. And I did something I never thought was possible. We want to, along with our true partners, be in every school here and have every girl feel this. And it's that special, magical moment when we hear this that's possible because of this partnership. And I can't wait to see every girl feel unstoppable and know and activate their limitless potential. Thank you.
SVN goes beyond being our property manager and gets their employees involved through their campaign, our holiday heroes, and our disc golf tournament. Kelly Jeter was one of 2 employees at SVN that plugged into our community impact committee, along with Dylan Messon, who was also an edger. Kelly, if you could please, tell us this year you joined our community impact committee for the first time. Tell us briefly about the highlights of those experiences and what you enjoyed most. And how does your employer's support help inspire your community involvement?
Hi, everyone. Kelly Jeter with SV & Miller Commercial Real Estate. As mentioned, this was my first year on the Community Impact Committee, and it was an amazing experience. Aside from working along other committee members that are just so dedicated and passionate about the process that we were tasked with undertaking for funding all of these amazing partners, so we got to participate in site visits to visit each partner's facilities. We were tasked with meeting. We heard from people on the front lines, leadership about their mission. We heard amazing success stories and how they're making an impact in the community. And we also heard about, areas where they were struggling and needed the additional support and how they were growing their services to reach even more people within their communities. So that was something that was the best highlight that I can think of. Additionally, and I've heard it here today from all of the new partners, is each partner just had such glowing remarks about their relationship and partnership with United Way. United Way has made such an impact with all of these partners, and just hearing how grateful they are for the relationship, it really just hit home and underscored the importance of the work that we were set out to do in the Community Impact Committee. And as mentioned, SV & Miller, we have been very involved with United Way. Kind of our mission statement is dedication to our clients, colleagues, and community. And the emphasis on community among our leadership team is top notch, and that inevitably trickles down to all the employees and everyone that works in our office. So whether it's Secret Santa shopping or sponsoring Over the Edge. Dylan also went over the edge with this past May. So just getting involved, getting out there in the community is something that we value so greatly, and we're grateful for the opportunity to partner with United Way. And I personally am very grateful for the opportunity to serve on the Community Impact Committee. And get to know all of these passionate individuals that just do so much good for the Eastern Shore. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you to SV & Miller for releasing your time and encouraging you to do that. John McClellan, who was on the CIC committee and couldn't fulfill his term, recommended you, and it was a delight to be able to work with you and Dylan both, and look forward to working with you in the years to come. And so finally now we're going to turn it over to our friend Karen Bromley with Avery Hall. You all know the deep history and relationship we share with Avery Hall. But what's incredible is that each generation of employees continued to carry on Mr. Avery Hall's legacy of community support forward. Karen, thanks so much for joining our advisory council. And today we want to ask you about a fun shout out that we saw recently on Avery Hall's social post, where you said that United Way was your favorite charity to support. Why is that? And also, why and how does Avery Hall support volunteerism through their work?
Well, hi, everyone. I'm Karen Bromley, Chief Operating Officer at Avery Hall Insurance. It's nice to see lots of familiar faces. As Mary mentioned when she was speaking, Mr. Avery Hall was a founder of Community Chest, now known as United Way. So we're celebrating our 100th anniversary this year in 2025. So the history of service that Avery Hall has, that's important to me. And since I've been there, the ease of working with the United Way and the workplace campaign, that's what I love. I love that the United Way helps our local community, my neighbors, 1 in 3 people that the United Way impacts. That's important to me personally, and that's important to Avery Hall as an organization. For the past year, we've been focusing on service with empathy, and that's not just the way that we treat our clients. That's the way that we want to serve the community, and that's the way that we want our employees to be. I think, about 2 years ago, we figured out a way that, we want to walk the walk, and we talked the talk, and we preached the preach, and we tried to figure out a way that we could take volunteerism at Avery Hall to the next level. So we started incorporated it into our benefits package. We now give our employees 7.5 hours every quarter to volunteer in the community, and we pay them to do it. Not only do we organize, workplace efforts like building ramps with Chesapeake Housing, Dove Point, I see you over there. Our employees are able to go and do a birthday campaign with them. I think that started, and we were able to get that off the ground. So Habitat for Humanity, Hope, we have employees who volunteer there. We have employees who walk dogs at Humane Society. With the help, when we were trying to get this off and employees were struggling a little bit with, what can I do? Where can I volunteer? The first organization that I thought to reach out to try to help us was the United Way. And we started some volunteer fairs. And United Way was able to invite some of their partners, and we, of course, invited some of our nonprofit clients to come to expose our employees to a lot of the different organizations in the community that they might not be aware of. So United Way was integral in helping us get that off the ground, and it's important, that we continue that, and we plan to continue this volunteer benefit. And thank you, United Way, for being a great partner.
Thank you, Karen and Avery Hall, for all that you do in our community and for walking the walk. I will never forget that first volunteer fair and how impactful that was to know that you as an agency give your employees paid time off almost a week in a year's time, 37.5 hours, I think it works out to, which is, that's just incredible. And just think of the difference it would make. I'm going to be a preacher here just a little bit. I got a microphone. Just think of the difference that it would make in our community if every organization or every agency would do that. I often think as a mentor in the schools, I've done that for a lot of years, last 11 years, except for a couple COVID years. If we could just step into the school and do that, it would make a huge impact. And you can. We have a Read With Me or Read to Succeed program. If you want to know more about it, half hour a day, a week in the school system can make an impact. I did that the last 2 years in 2 different schools, and it was impactful for me as well as for the student. So wow, Ryan, talk about partnering with purpose. Any thoughts you'd like to share on what you've heard this morning?
Beyond all the amazing work that we've heard about from everyone, I heard a lot of sentiments about expressing gratitude for making community connections, and I just want to reflect that back to everyone here today because I see a room full of community connectors, and I think that's an important thing for us to rely on these days. So I just want to thank everyone for sharing that, and I want to echo that.
One of the things I'm grateful for in the role that I play at United Way is I'm grateful for the impact of each of our 41 partner agencies, some of whom you've heard today. We could try to have some kind of an impact, and we do have some direct programs that make a difference in our community, but we couldn't touch the breadth and the width and the diversity in our communities if we were trying to do it all with a staff of 9. And so when we have 41 partner agencies who are experts in their area of influence and the work that they're doing, it's wonderful to be able to come alongside and support them and to get to know them and watch the beautiful work that they do in our neighbors' lives. And I am grateful to sit in that seat and to be able to share some of that with you today. I hope you learned something significant about each of our partner agencies and the work they do on our behalf to help our neighbors here on the Lower Shore. We're going to send it back up front to Amanda to finish us out as we hear how we can support more of the incredible work and initiatives we've heard about today when we lead with giving and inspire with action.
Thank you, Martin. And thank you, Ryan, who is our Wizard of Oz up there in the corner. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amanda Haley. I'm the development leader here at United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. And I'd like to thank all of our guests and our speakers for inspiring your words with us today and for partnering with us and for everything that you all do for our communities and certainly our agencies, too. I never tire of learning about their mission and the passion for our partnership collectively together. And I'm always inspired by local leadership and local companies, donors, and volunteers who are always making the difference in our communities. We've continued to elevate the conversation about Alice, because as long as Alice is part of our community, awareness and advocacy must remain a priority. The more we understand the daily challenges Alice households face, the better prepared we are to create a future where everyone thrives. The impossible choices Alice families face every day won't improve unless each of us in this room makes the choice to lead with giving and inspire with action. I know that we're all busy with demands pulling us at home and at work, but here's the truth. Engagement through United Way is not complicated. Whether we're the CEO or the newest hire, there are simple, meaningful ways to connect through work. And the research by America's Charities backs this up. Nearly 70% of employees prefer working for companies that prioritize social impact through giving and volunteering. 90% of businesses say partnering with reputable nonprofits strengthens their brand. And 89% believe those partnerships expand their ability to improve the community. That tells me we're on the right track. And we should keep doing more of it together. For 81 years, United Way has been serving our community, making it easy for anyone, individuals, families, or businesses to create change that lasts. Choosing United Way as your partner means your efforts go further, your generosity reaches deeper, and your impact stays local. We challenge you to lead with giving and inspire with action. People are busy, but United is the way to engage at work. These are not impossible choices. Empower your employees. Encourage giving and volunteering. Give them the choice, lead by example, and create incentives that spark action. Run a campaign or host a volunteer project. Both give your team chances to share skills, build connections, and strengthen relationships. Reduce barriers by giving. Fulfill your employees' desire to make a difference by offering choices through United Way's 41 partner agencies and over a dozen direct programs. Leverage volunteer opportunities. Use our Get Connected Volunteer Center. Mentor young readers with Women United, or spread holiday joy with emerging leaders, holiday heroes. We can help you track your impact and inspire even more engagement. And if a campaign doesn't fit, you can still make a difference. Sponsor an initiative, join an event, or serve on committees. And speaking of events, in your folders, you'll find info on our signature holiday ball and our Student United Way 5K. Plus, don't miss your chance to win 2 3-day passes, both a $1,200 value, to either Oceans Calling or Country Calling for just $30. The drawing is on Monday. But of course, the ultimate challenge is this one. Last year, right here in this room, Pam challenged our thrill seekers to go over the edge for Alice, and you delivered, raising over $96,000. Woo! 45 edgers joined both Pam and I in the rappelling adventure, backed by dozens of volunteers. And our partner agencies raised nearly $10,000 too. We are deeply grateful to the Ross, Purdue Farms, the City of Salisbury, 47 ABC, and PAC 14 for helping bring this epic event to life. Now let's watch the video. Thank you to our friends at Pack 14 for putting that together. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for being here. So mark your calendars, because on May 8th, we're going back over the edge for Alice, and we want you to join us and soar even higher. So as we close out, a final few notes. If you had one of our guest speakers at your table, please let them take the mum centerpiece. Otherwise, whoever has a birthday closest to today, it's yours to enjoy. On your way out, check out the student art exhibit, and don't forget to stop by our t-shirt and swag bar. Stay connected. Stay connected. Follow and engage with us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. And most importantly, pick one way to start or expand how you lead with giving and inspire with action, whether it's a gift, an event, or a volunteer program. Every choice you make adds up to a stronger community. And if you're ready to act, if you're ready to act, our team is here to help. You'll find our cards on your tables and at the registration table. So remember, united is the way to build a resilient, thriving community where everyone can succeed, and we do it together. Thank you so much for joining us today. Safe travels. Have a great rest of your week. Appreciate you all.